And we are live with Casey Non-Duality.
Hello, Atlas.
What's up?
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, my white brother?
My white brother. The Goonies are together in person
We are
in Austin, Texas.
live from Austin, Texas.
The second in-person interview down here. Your first hangout with someone in the non-duality community in person.
True.
Which is cool, too. I've had a couple of the in-person non-dual hangouts.
You have. You've had so many.
Fun. Yeah. They can get a bit non-dual masturbative, as
Yeah.
you really know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does kind of turn into that
In a good
online.
way?
Turns into that online, too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does, man. It just seems to... Yeah, it's just how humans kind of go, I guess.
It's just like masturbating about group things that resonate in the group. Like in its own style.
Yeah. And humans masturbate to all kinds of things I'm discovering. It's crazy.
You seen those crazy categories?
There's no control of anything.
On porn sites and whatnot.
The categories. Categories.
Sometimes I just watch like Pornhub as YouTube. Like I'll just browse the categories, like without even touching myself. I'll just browse it and be like, dude, this is crazy shit. Like there's lots of crazy categories on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Some stuff is kind of like shocking. And so you can't even touch yourself because it's just like, whoa, I need to, like I need to like prepare myself in a different way, to even accept this because this is so weird.
With like a butt plug, like that's how to accept it.
I wanted to get one of those cool looking butt plugs that are like all full featured and have like the streamers use them to make money and things on the streaming. So I hear. I absolutely don't know. I have no experience.
What if we did a wild reveal to the audience right now that we were both you sitting on butt plugs?
Well, we were going to save this for the end of the podcast, but today's sponsor.
Is this butt plug company?
Wholeness.
Wholeness. Oh my God, we have a brand of butt plug company. It's called Wholeness.
Wholeness. Get it? Holy shit. I have the shivers. This is a real product. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk business later.
A whole suite of different styles of anal play. 1 second. I got a little cutout with the guest cam. Let's see if it comes back here in a moment. Okay, it is back. That's nice. Let me get a quick adjust on her. Guest. I gotta turn on her zoom. Let's bring her up to 1.4. And then we'll turn on her tracking. All right, and we are back. Nice. That was pretty quick. All right. Watch out. It might have been like
oh, my fucker.
A bumping of one of the chords or something. Oh.
It actually just the vibrations.
See if 1 sec. Let's turn our tracking off. 1 second. Let me do this first. Turn the guest off and then mine off. And then let's just push it. If we can, just try to push it. Yeah, at least for now. Try that. Can we see if this will work for a sec? Let's try that. Can you just yeah. And then can you try to leave it in that position right there? No.
I think it's slipping because of the surface.
Okay, give us 1 second, fam. We're going to briefly adjust the mic arm. 1 sec, fam. Actually, let me switch to the table cam. Yeah, here we go.
This is real life. Unfortunately. Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, now it's pressed up against it. Now let's close her up.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Close her up. No, that's as far as she'll go.
Okay.
Try to not give her too much stress.
Easy.
Yeah. That should be fine.
That's great.
Yeah, just so come up to her. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the split shot. Now we can turn tracking back on. Let's do that quick. Mine's on and yours is on.
Beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now we're back. All right. So speaking of our suite of wholeness of our company, our anal company called Wholeness.
Yes.
So okay, so we're gonna have butt plugs is one of the toys we're gonna manufacture. Flagship product probably is gonna be a butt plug.
It will be, yeah.
Now, but okay, so I want probably I want vibratory capacities and whatnot, and also maybe that like a motion capacity in that one.
Okay.
Right? So vibratory
motion.
So these are like the flagship.
A little circular
ones,
motion thing
like
going.
A circular motion. Maybe it can do a small insertion, but if it's getting like a huge insertion, I probably couldn't stream while being hugely inserted.
Here's the thing: is like, it doesn't matter what you want. Sometimes it just depends. So if you're getting it for you, it matters what you want. But this thing, people can make money with this thing. They can hook it up to their live streams. Other people can choose what to do to them for money, and it's a great way to earn money in this day and age, this time period we're in right now, I think. So, and I say we just pop in the latest AI, of course. We'll have GPT-4 Turbo enabled.
The butt plug?
In the butt plug. We can do that.
What does GPT-4 in the butt plug do, though? Like, what would it...
So, if we think about it, it's really just this piece of machinery that you shove in your butthole, right? And it has a whole bunch of features. And it reminds me of a smartphone, right? You have sensors and features, and then people make apps. And so we'll just make butt plug apps, or like butt apps.
Butt apps.
And we'll have a butt store.
But a butt store. But then, okay, like what
and
would
people
be
can
a
use
sample,
the features. We have vibration.
Vibration, yes. So give me the sample apps or features, because I can only think of vibration, like swirling, inserting.
So yeah, we got those. People love music, I hear.
Oh, the butt plug plays
music. So
music.
what you do is you can easily do Bluetooth. I've actually programmed Bluetooth chips, so I can program a Bluetooth chip in there, and you can hook it up to your phone, and whatever you're playing, whatever the beat is, you can be feeling the beat.
Yeah, right.
In many different ways. It can be shocking you. We can put a little shock thing in there.
Interesting. Okay, so then are the speakers like inside of the butt plug, or are they kind
never
of
thought about
are they
that.
kind of pushing the sound waves up into the anal cavity itself?
Yeah,
and
we should do that.
And then the electrical, like you said, the rhythmic, like you can feel the music with the like little electric shocks every once in a while too.
Have you ever done the radio where you bite a stick and you can hear the radio play?
Is it like tuned into a certain frequency?
No, it's like a science experiment. It's a science experiment. You can get headphones, basically. Take the headphones apart, and you got the two cords, and you basically connect them together, but you extend it out with copper cable, and you just wrap around a stick, and you put it in your mouth. And I think we had it. I think it's just a wooden stick or a pencil back in school, and you put it in your mouth. And the electromagnetism, your teeth, the vibrations go through your bone in your teeth and into your ear canal, and you can hear the radio while you're biting the stick.
Oh, interesting. So you become an antenna?
You become a speaker. It uses your bone structure as a speaker system instead of the audio waves going through the air.
Yeah, and then
it's just the vibrations going through your bone.
Your bones,
the same concept.
Or the conducer.
Yeah.
And then you hear it. Yeah. What are our other butthole? Because we have our flagship product, and then it has all of its apps.
Yeah.
But
so Pump and Bump is the first app. That's like the music one, right?
Oh, Pump and Bump.
As you bump, it'll pump.
I love the name. Okay. God, Wholeness, dude. What a
Wholeness,
great
though.
suite of anal
Wholeness.
products. Yeah.
Wholeness.
Okay, so then, now, wholeness is definitely not just in today's episode. We discovered that wholeness is not just non-duality and nature of reality. It's also it's also our anal product line, our company of anal products. So now,
Yes.
today's episode is sponsored to you by Wholeness.
Wholeness.
Okay, what are
And that's how it goes.
What are our other products besides the flagship one? Maybe beads. Beads, so like anal beads.
Anal beads, yeah.
What about like rings, like a ring that you can kind of like put around your rim of your butthole? But that doesn't necessarily insert, but that like vibrates and can kind of like give you some, like can be controlled by like voice or app or whatever. Where you can like,
How do we stick it and make it stay?
Right, that's the thing.
Put a little attachment that goes like up your butthole, and then
Just a very small attachment into the butthole. But that's like a butt plug. But
oh, my poor Mike.
Oh, the poor Mike. Yeah, grab her.
You know what?
All right,
you know what? Well, you know what?
At least for now, you want to just hold it like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this good?
Yeah, at least for now, and then I can come and fix it. Is that going to bother you, though?
This is Satan's fault, by the way.
Yeah. And blame
He seems to mess everything up.
Blame it all on Satan. Blame it all.
Dirty bastard.
Satan. Well, you let me know, and I'll come over there when that gets tiring.
Yeah. This is great, actually. I'm just getting so irritated by that. I'm enjoying this. This is nice.
Okay, you're gonna hold it for a bit.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hold it here. It's just not gonna stay up otherwise.
Yeah.
Darn it, Lucifer! Curse you. Power through this. I'm sorry for the Christian references. They may pop up.
It doesn't matter.
Nothing
does. Turn off the gas.
Nothing
turn
does
off the
matter.
line. Yeah, I'm gonna come home because I don't want that to be super annoying for you the rest of this time.
I was thinking also if there's like books you can put under it right here or something.
Oh, interesting.
It's because the weight of this is just making it.
Well, and because this isn't grip test. This is supposed to be gripped way more. It would have never happened if this wasn't gripped like this. So it's primarily because of the gripping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's. I'll grab a little thing like you said also to double down on it. So now hold it. I'll grab something to put under it. Let's go with this.
Hey, I was thinking that. Yeah. That'll do it. There we go.
Now.
Better than nothing.
Now I'll tighten her now. Okay. Now. Perfect. Well done, sir. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
We did it.
Hallelujah.
We
Hallelujah.
Getting in that Christmas spirit.
Okay, we are back with the tracking. Let's put the split up. There it is. All right. Okay.
Cool. Back to
Now,
business.
back to business, and we'll take care of that later. But now we don't have to touch it for the rest of the show, which is great.
Yeah.
So
Much better.
So just briefly, Casey's got a channel on Non-Duality. You can go and check it out here. The link will be in the bio below. We'll also have his website link in there as well for you to check out, and also Instagram. Or what?
Instagram, still working on that to get the official one up. But for now, the website and
the YouTube channel.
He's
got a bunch of fun content on the YouTube channel. You can see there we have Whispers in the Void, a Moonlight Chat, Radical Non-Duality, Thoughts on Thoughts on Thoughts. There are no thoughts, truly. Nobody Zoom, etc. So Okay. all kinds of
Lots
stuff.
of nothing.
Lots of literally nothing.
One of the worst YouTube channels you've ever seen.
As you know, you can't get anything from it, fam. Yes. So let's throw the split back on now. Okay. So we have our company called Wholeness now, which is great. We have the
Wholeness
flagship
products. We
anal
got
plug,
the flagship anal plug. Yeah.
and then we have
we have the beads, anal beads.
anal beads, which we can still describe more.
Yeah.
And then we have
Never tried those, but I hear
possible
they're
a
nice.
small vibrating thing that can go
Okay.
up, right? That third one we were talking about.
I one time accidentally got one lost in my anal cavity.
A ring or a...
No, it was meant for women, and it was like a little pill.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I can do this.
But did you...
but I couldn't do it.
You shot it out, though.
I had to figure it out quick because it was still on. And it was warming up.
You couldn't dig it out.
No, it's small.
Yeah,
so it was just like, zoom.
Yeah, but this
and
isn't,
then all of a
this
sudden,
isn't small,
yeah.
though.
This is small.
Depends
Well-
on how fucking big your anus is. Your anal
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You'd have to tell me, but
yeah, we'll take a look later.
I can't see very well back there. Yeah, wholeness.
The most clear channel of non-duality yet. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny. It's like the conversations, they always go south. And so what I enjoy about this is that we just embrace the south. We just start by going down south. You know, straight to the anus with the... I mean, this is non-duality, right?
Yeah.
Or radical non-duality.
They always go south, meaning they always go to sex.
No.
They always go to goony nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But sex for me is a huge part of goony nonsense. It's like a big category of goony nonsense.
It's like all that matters apparently these days.
I mean, the whole
At
thing
least here.
is the whole thing. I mean, the most OG program within that empty, indescribable space is biology and reproduction. So that's why it's so...
Yeah, it's incredible.
Infinity's got to go on, apparently.
Yeah, there's so much untapped, unexplored. I don't know what to call it, like space.
Yeah. It's so endless that the sexual force is this main infinity-ness, or whatever you want to say.
There's so much to explore. I remember in the story, there's like in ancient Egypt, there's like 19 sexes. They had like different kinds of sexuality orientations. This was some kind of like dialogue from Drunvalo Melchizedek, I think. And it was so interesting because we were talking about like sexual energy channels and how most people think there's just kind of like one or something, where like the Kundalini is also like the main channel. But he was saying, no, there's like 6 different channels, and only at some point in time have all of them been like activated at once. And the end result was, in ancient Egypt, you can do this ceremony with masculine and feminine energy, have some kind of special energy sex, and create essentially like anything you want. It's funny how the stories kind of get bland at that point. It's like, and then ultimate cosmic powers, or like, and then you're...
All of these distinctions are way too... I mean, they're just cutting up the air or the ocean into random pieces. I mean, what's the difference between there being 6 energy channels or 19, or 7 chakras or 14, or like, you know how some people even like divide the body and the mind, and then they get obsessed about it, and then they're like, this is body, and this is mind, and this is, and it's like, dude, I can't even tell you what the difference is between sensations and thoughts. I can't even tell you what the difference is, because the moment that I start saying what it is, you're already turning infinity into ideas, and you can't.
Precisely.
And so that's sort of this one of the funnest parts about non-duality is the unspeakability.
Yeah.
It's like the ceasing of the mechanism that is obsessive compulsive, always wanting to break everything down into stuff. X object, Y object. Objectification and judgment and all kinds of shit.
And it's weird though. It's because there's nothing wrong with that. In
Yes.
fact, it gets more beautiful, maybe in the story. At least here, like the obsessive compulsive. There's plenty of that in the story here. Can get more beautiful and more intense. Actually, like it kind of for a bit. The OCD that I had would it went away, but it would like flare up and just be like, what? Just so wild. And it's just like, whoa, just kind of watching it. It felt kind of like sitting back. Sometimes, other times, there's no concept of that because you're unconscious. Right. You are the OCD. You're just fully in the experience, whatever it is. Whatever it is. And there's no boundary between an OCD experience or this experience or a virtual experience or a sexual experience. I mean, we can talk about the differences, but
right. I mean, what you just said a second ago was
there's no matter.
Right.
So
what you just said a second ago is so powerful, because it's like if one hasn't in a way uncovered what is underlying everything, which this unspeakable that is underlying it all, light, energy, whatever the fuck you want to say, that informs whatever is appearing. So by uncovering the underlying substance or whatever, it informs whatever is the sensation or thought or experience or whatever is actually apparently happening. And without uncovering that, what underlies it, then the world of separation is so fucking solid, and the world of lack and the world of being a solid, real entity in time, and it just it annihilates one into like the most contractive box imaginable. And so that's what the whole process of going back into what can't be left, and then you still have to collapse the duality back into your own fucking character. There's nowhere else to go.
And there's no one to do it to. Man, I can't tell you almost everything I say I'm going to do, and then what I actually do ends up not aligning. And it's just like, oh, wow, like I really don't have much control over my life, do I? There's just different little things like that. And one of them is like, if there's no matter at all, it's so what the fuck? It really seems like there's matter. There's so much evidence. There's people you can talk to about this forever and ever and ever and ever. Science, people to reaffirm, certainly there's matter, But it's just like one of those weird, vivid dreams at night, or kind of like maybe a psychedelic where, it just seems so real. And there's no comparison, so you're not going to know when it's not it. It's always it. Ta-da!
Yeah. Ta-da!
You can't get away from the fucking shit. Not even there. Good luck. It's pretty fucked up but it's also so pure and simple. It's just this. Yeah. So whatever's appearing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the vividness. And the indescribability and indistinguishability.
There's no boundaries, Yeah. You got like eyeballs, but that's a concept.
Yeah.
And so then it's just unknown. What the fuck? You could say like, I'm looking at you. Or you could say, no, I'm not looking at you. Doesn't matter what you think you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just coming out.
Empty sound.
Holy shit, though.
Full also.
It's so different than what in the story apparent people think radical non-duality is. It's different. It's not even just like a seeking energy killer. It's weird. Like sometimes when I'm talking to people just into this, there's no people, by the way. This is all story, of course. But it kind of breaks that barrier of like reality a little bit, because all reality is anyways is pretty thin barrier, a thin pile of concepts that
right
built up since something birth. There's no birth.
Right.
So I'm tied to that.
Yeah.
It's about damn time. I feel like in the story, things start breaking down like this. Yeah, that's what I love about this message. That is just, even if you think you know what you're talking about, which sometimes that arises,
yeah.
and it's, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's perfect. You're perfect, Atlas.
I know, that's the beauty.
You're perfect.
Yeah.
You've never made a wrong choice,
Exactly,
and you've never made a right choice.
Yeah.
And you've never even made it. Well, what's a choice, man?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you've made choices, I guess. You could say that, maybe.
The perfection is a little bit...
Oh, see? There's no control, man. I told you I wouldn't touch this.
Have you noticed... Have you noticed how...
Handcuff me.
You noticed the perfection is something that is so quickly moved away from. You can't move away from it.
It's noticed, yeah.
But you can...
Yeah.
But it's really that stilling to that mystery, that, and then like the intensity that is moved away from, basically. Because it's without ground and without box and without idea and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, it's like, that is not a ground either. And so get your fucking mask back on, get your character game back on, and get the fuck back into this dream simulation.
Who?
This.
No, who's going to do those things?
No, not that anyone does it.
Right.
Not that someone.
You just said so get back. It's almost like you were like I hate that. Like, what is it?
What's being suggested is that it's not that there's someone that's. It's not that there's someone that's doing it. It's that there's no other real way to language it, because there's still the character. There's still the dream simulation, whatever you want to call this appearance, and to try to say that the still perfection, mystery, that is another ground, right? Is actually not. So therefore, get your ass back into the war zone, bitch.
Oh yeah, it's logical. Yeah. Therefore,
and what is the war zone? The war zone is this, whatever's appearing.
Yeah.
Okay? It's the simulation. It's whatever it is. Now, within that, what's the case? Is it decentralized basic needs and love and abundance for all in a unified earth of light cities and people living in those, waking up every day free? Or is it, centralized nation states with massive propaganda machinery and division and separation and centralized currencies monitoring every move and war happening across these nation states and all kinds of bullshit.
All kinds of bullshit, man.
So one has to still put the character, not that someone's doing it, but one still has to put the character and the dream simulation back into motion. There's no ground, which is, I'm going to be totally nothing and totally still and totally perfect beyond all bounds and all ideas. It's not a ground, motherfucker.
That's not even, the more I think about spirituality and my whole lifetime of it, it's like, what was the thing I was trying to get?
what already is.
All I know what already is, right? But like art, so at the end of the chase, there was this flow state that when I was in this flow state, it was like I was just one with all that is, and it was like so beautiful because I wasn't there. I was out of the way.
Yep.
And because of that, you kind of get out of the way and like channel other entities, and these clear messages can come through seemingly that are like, where did that come from? So that felt like this is what I was missing. Kind of my whole life was this flow state. And when you're in the flow state, if you can just stay in that flow state all the time, but God, the maintenance. There's a lot of maintenance to it. It was a lot of fun though, and so it was really sad finding out. It's not that I found out. Yeah, it's not the right way to put it, but it was sad to have that fall away. It did, the channeling stuff. Like I've tried it, but it's almost like it's all story. Maybe it's real, but it feels more like now the storyteller is awake to himself reading a storybook that he didn't know he was reading previously. It's just, how creative our brains can be when they're in different states.
Absolutely.
How consistent they can be in, different hypnotic states. And
yep. I love that. Hugely engrossed in it. Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. It's actually, it becomes more and more impossible to leave that, basically. Like, the whole thing becomes one constant hypnosis, one constant flow state, and it's never ending. Because the whole thing is hypnosis. The whole thing. Like, this conversation is hypnosis itself.
Basically, yeah.
And then the audience that's watching it is also in hypnosis right now. Listen, And so then the whole thing is, okay, if this is the perfection that is flowing, which is impossible to say what it is, then every single word that's coming doesn't have a doer, but yet at the same time, every single word is hypnotic and it has an effect on the appearance, apparently. And so therefore, if the words that are said are that, just, hang back and get fucked by daddy and mommy government across the world, just sit back and allow the fucking in the anus of all of the selfish, greedy, corrupt, narc style stuff.
There's some energy behind this shit, man.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is. It is an energy. It really is. It's got to be unrepressed. It's extremely repressed. At least in the appearance, it's extremely repressed. And so that energy's got to come forth, and it's got to fucking say, like, for example, I'll come pull it up right here on screen, but it's got to say that, that like solar punk is just one of the genres of what the future of Earth can look like.
I love this. Yeah. I was into this kind of thing with the ET in the storyline, and I still am, man. I think it's a beautiful idea.
Well, because here's the
thing:
to
have an Earth that's sustainable.
Yes,
self-sustainable.
And there's truly nothing else to do. This is the thing. It's no one to do it, but there's nothing else to do.
So what do we do?
Is this? There's nothing else to do but this.
Okay.
This is what's being shared through this hypnosis. Is that all good?
15-minute warning. That's all.
But that's you. But you still have more.
I do. I forgot to reset the alarm.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Cool. So basically, there's nothing else but building new Earth that's left.
Shut up. That's my favorite movie, man.
Which one?
Laputa, Castles in the Sky. It's that solar punk one. He's got the
this one?
little castle in the sky. It's one of Hayao Miyazaki's movies. Good stuff.
Nice.
I always love that concept. Yeah. There's stories of extraterrestrial something or another where they had this planet version of Earth. It's a story of a parallel version of Earth where there was this AI, essentially mini planet that orbited Earth and used AI to just maintain the Earth how it would have done originally. You know, it's funny, like it's just going back to if humans or whatever. It's all story. We're going in the story. If humans didn't evolve so much like we did or whatever, however it worked, wouldn't have fucked the earth up so hard.
Well, so
it would have
here's the
been
thing.
all right. Maybe.
Here's the thing.
Maybe.
We don't have to get into lots of like meaning and purpose. We don't have to get into that. But it is possible that one of the quote story arcs of what's apparently happening is that Earth had to go into such insane separation and war and all kinds of shit in order for it to know or experience or see what is possible with this kind of a future. So now there's some comments in the live chat that I just want to address. It was about some of the people that have been watching the channel were wondering like about the channel coming back like this strongly, and they're excited about it. And I was just replying back that much love, it's never been gone, because I spent those 2 years kind of internationally traveling and stuff like that, and I was barely trickling out videos while I was doing that. But now the channel's come back super, super strongly with stuff like this, basically with a very like it's just so much excitement about non-duality, so much, and there's also so much excitement about building from wholeness for all these next generations apparently to come through into this playground Earth that are totally free. Because dude, when we were kids, just go back to when we were kids, when we were 5 or 10 or whatever, as long as you had the basic needs met, like with your parents and stuff, you had your shelter and you had your food and water and stuff and energy and whatnot. What were you doing every day? Like in the summer, for example, when there wasn't any school, you were waking up every day and you were just playing.
Yes, that was it.
Yes.
And that's still alive, that energy, and it was just like, and it's back now. It's back now because, you know, when you were a kid, you had it right. All that matters is whatever matters in the moment, you know, and usually fun is what mattered, and usually scheming to get like as many cookies from the cookie jar as possible without grandma finding out, because you love grandma, but like you fucking love cookies. And like you're smart. If you're one of those smart kids, I thought I was smart. We got a lot of trouble and stuff. And it was so much fun now looking back. And there's nothing wrong with looking back. It's just, and kind of when the falling away happens at first, it can be kind of disassociating, but it just settles back into how it was of like, yeah, sure. We can go back into any story. I'm not like a zombie robot. I'm not saying that I'm awake.
I love how you just said a second ago,
but it still is just this.
that you can feel sort of what was never lost, of that childlike fun and spontaneity and flow, and you can feel more of that coming alive now, and that more that manifest is like this, because the basic needs are met and everything else just takes care of itself.
That's the dream.
Yes. I'm such a huge fan of this dream.
Shut up. I'm immediately on board. I just put the pieces together. What this is.
Because this is what's being said, is that there's just nothing
We're
else
wasting so much time just surviving with the basic needs. We have technology to do this shit, man. AI is going to be a huge part of this.
Yes.
Then we can spend all day just living out the creativity. And sure, you're like, well, there's creativity in the slave labor, and when we have to do 9 to 5s, get creative motherfuckers like I do. I whip my dick out.
Yeah.
So, but I'd rather build like cyber cities. Like I love engineering. So, well, I'm forced to work at McDonald's because I was fired. Rawr.
Right. That's the thing.
And I don't want to find another job. Dang it. But apparently I am.
So that's the thing, is
it's just happening, dude. I am actually.
Those basic needs being met.
Oh yeah.
Is freedom.
Yeah.
And freedom to play, to do, to whatever arises, music, joy,
whatever your heart wants.
Whatever your heart wants. Yeah.
But there's also, isn't that? That's kind of. is that kind of like the Eden concept a little bit, or is that going into spirituality too much?
Probably.
Where everything is...
one way to call it is paradise or Eden or heaven or whatever, or 4D Earth or New Earth or whatever. There's endless conceptual ways to describe what it is.
Yeah, screw all that shit.
But
let's start fresh.
But the thing, the thing that shifts in a way that apparently shifts is that one no longer even considers the possibility that that's not gonna happen. So basically, what another way to say it is, it becomes constituted. It's like a frequency that becomes constituted as the body itself. Like the body becomes
shit.
yeah. It's like the first.
I'm getting energetic downloads.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
I got real shivers on there like that.
Let's go.
So, that's the thing, okay? All you egoic motherfuckers out there, I feel ya. We think we're all that, but this conversation is happening just as like naturally flowing as like the cells in our body communicating, and maybe there's some like ignorant motherfucker cells. Or maybe like viruses are so cool because they go into cells and like take over their bodies. Not that I want to do that, but anyways.
In a way, there is an analogy for that here too. So, for example, you can say there's this empty, impossible to describe space, and then there's all of these kinds of programs that run from that space. Now, one of the most common programs that's running is separation. Okay, it's that I am a separate self and a separate entity, and I lack, and I'm in a world of separate entities, and I must take advantage of them and bomb other nation states and all kinds of shit like that. Now, if you go back a little further, back a little further to where everything's sort of arising out of, you can sort of see that the nature of that program is just a contraction. It itself is just a contraction. It's an assumption. It's a belief. It's all kinds of stuff that can actually be expanded and liberated and released and all kinds of stuff. And then what it's actually it's fascinating that you said virus, because kind of what happens is that this hypnosis, and we talked about hypnosis earlier, the words themselves can kind of be like a virus that is coming into the contracted area, let's call it contracted area, which is that I don't give a fuck about New Earth. I don't give a fuck about solar punk. I don't give a fuck about basic needs and all of those things.
Oh, I'm still good. Second alarm.
Yeah. Do you want to check if there are other alarms and just turn those off if there are other ones?
Do that. Make sure.
And I'll make sure we end on time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. No, let's leave it up to you. Perfect. Yeah. But keep talking. I'm listening to what you're saying, and I can turn this off so we don't lose the flow.
Perfect. So now imagine that these words themselves are like a hypnosis that's coming through, and that like it's like a viral possibility that they land into that contracted ness, and that they liberate that contractedness from the assumptions that the contractedness is apparently holding, which is I am real, I am separate, I lack, all that kind of programs and scripts. Now, if that is released or liberated, what happens is that there is a very deep, like, kind of disidentification with the character that can happen. Now, if that disidentification happens, usually what happens is the timeless space of wholeness, that is literally nothing and everything, is finally recognized by that. Then you can re-identify as the character. This is typically what happens. There's a re-identification with the character, because that's not a ground. Nothing being everything is not a ground. What is not a ground. Nothing is a ground. So not even these words are a ground. What's being shared about New Earth isn't a ground. No ground. But yet at the same time, when there is that re-identification with the character, there's this like, okay, but now what? Like, now what?
No, well, yeah.
And that's where
Sure,
New
yeah.
Earth and building basic needs infrastructures and decentralizing things and living abundantly, like where someone's waking up every day and they can literally just play like the innocent child, however they spontaneously want to.
However,
Yeah.
this is it's just that's the dream, man, because there's just so much potential. Like, come on. So much to explore, but we're just hampered by these like caveman things.
Yeah.
So very exciting time to live right now. You know, it is. It's so fucking exciting.
And I'm gonna say something that's a little bit. It can be a little cringe for those that are dishonorable in a way. One way to put it is that dishonor typically views this message as cringe, because what it wants is it wants for itself. So either it's very selfish and it wants for itself only, or it's selfish in the sense that it's selfless and it's kind of abiding in a nothingness that is actually this. So you can't actually abide in something that's transcendent than this, because the transcendent thing is this. So there's another aspect of dishonor, which is dishonoring the appearance by, quote, relaxing in a space that transcends the appearance, because there is none. There is only the appearance. So what is being shared that is honor? What is honor is literally dying on the sword of New Earth. Exhaust your body on building New Earth. There's nothing else to do, my friends.
Or whatever else
your
heart, yeah.
Yeah.
For you, it's New Earth. For me, it's now New Earth. Because it already was. Now I just know what it is.
Right. And isn't that fascinating?
Because I was just so irritated. Like,
right.
Why do we have to work as a kid? And like, I'm just building shit with batteries, and it's so fun, like R2D2s and stuff.
You had it inside you, and then these words kind of hypnotically activated what was already inside. It was already there. This is not something that's coming from a central entity. This is literally the word of paradise itself. It doesn't come from a central place. It's a non-central place, and it's just activating the program of paradise that was already latently in there, that was just contracted by all kinds of other shit. And that's the same thing for viewers and all kinds of shit, dude. It's already the constituted ability moving forward is really the key. You don't budge from it. I know it can be annoying to people sometimes, but you don't budge from it. Basically, anytime that someone tries to spew some sort of thing at you, which is selfishness or emptiness or some kind of ground that wants to be spewed at, New Earth isn't possible, bitch, go back to some job or whatever.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's not even like that. It's just more like, yeah, I understand, and I can understand where you're coming from, but this is constituted as the New Earth. Much love, and then bye. You know, it's just that. So,
dude, do you ever lose it sometimes?
Oh, I lose it all the time. Yeah.
You can try to like control it, and it seems, and you can improve yourself, right? Like we all know that. We don't need to say like self-improvement isn't real, but God, whatever happens is just really gonna come out. And what may happen is that you're tired of what's coming out, and you may want to improve yourself. Like, I'm tired of fucking with this microphone, and so I'm doing pretty good so far. As soon as we got it all stacked up here. But there's just a looseness that comes when it's seen that it's all happening by itself, no matter, and it always has. Yeah. So whatever you think otherwise or anything, sure, there's nothing wrong with that.
One way to say this
but
is that the program of self is sort of in its own codes, which kind of contract it into a small narrative. Okay. Then what happens as you sort of liberate those assumptions and whatnot is that from this wholeness, from the spaciousness, it is sort of like the body just becomes an instrument for that.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
And then the instrument itself, it becomes obvious for the instrument that there is nothing else but paradise is the only program that's running. And there's a question in the chat about how do we build the new Earth? Like how do we do that and whatnot? And Just decentralizing basic needs infrastructures, homesteading. Homesteading's a big one. So like the homedao.com is the way that we're doing it here. So this is like tokens that are literally backed by food forests, water wells, 3D printed houses, communities, solar energy, wind turbines, batteries, all that kind of stuff. So literally you go from fiat currency that's not backed by anything and centralized to then Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies, which are decentralized, but they're not backed by anything. And then you have home tokens and other DPIN networks, decentralized physical infrastructure networks, which are actually tokens backed by real world perfect assets, which is basic needs. So imagine within 5 or 7 years or something like that, if you homestead with the DAO, or if you just go out and homestead with friends or whatever it is, it doesn't matter how you do it. Just the fact that you quote exit the old system and you build the new system, right? Exit and build, something that some of our friends, Rebecca and Jonathan Bush down here, are really passionate about as their phrasing for it. And I love that so much. You exit and build, you build the new systems, and then within 5, 7, some years, once those things become self-sustaining on your property, water, food, energy, and the space itself, and it's fully paid for and all that stuff. Dude, that's it. Because now you have a self-sustaining home system. And at that point, you can bring other people that want to exit and build to that acreage, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so that's how that's how the flywheel works. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. So here, I've looked at the website a little bit. So if you have like assets, if you grow corn or something and you have cows and you like make milk or something, you have milk, right? Can you trade that in for the currency?
So here's
and then you can buy stuff with the currency.
So beautiful. So here's the thing. I want to make it clear, because there's basically an arc of like a timeline arc to this, and the mechanism itself is beyond what you just described. So the end of it is beyond money. It's beyond barter. It's beyond nation states. It's because everything's on free energy at that point. Everything's on free energy. So you can use things like the mass energy equivalents to do things like take things from pure energy and bring them into matter.
Surely just make it and materialize,
like materialize, and that kind of stuff. So now here's the thing.
I believe in that. It's in the story.
In some, in the window, as we get to that place where the mechanism obsoletes itself, because at some point you're not going to need the DAOs. You're not going to need them, because everyone's going to be living in abundant free energy cities and able to move and manifest whatever they want and that kind of stuff. Create whatever they want. In perfect harmony with Earth. But up until that point, yes, you can do things like when you homestead and you have something that you love doing, you can do some sort of barter or exchange on that homestead or stuff like that.
It's a process. Yeah, it's an evolution like anything. It's an endless evolution. Never starts, never ends, apparently. Always changing. Wow, yeah, I really love the idea behind that. So, and but the concept, it's all from bringing it back, right, to that freedom that never has left, and seemingly now the freedom is still here.
Yeah.
It's just, you may not feel it all the time. And I know everyone wants to, but let me just stop, okay? You won't. Give it up. Just give it up. Or you don't have to, but who would want to live a life of just one sensation anyways? I think Steve Jobs, I used to OCD level, study Steve Jobs, read every book on him and read every quote, and I try to become him. So I took acid, and then I realized that was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. But he did meditation. He got way into meditation, right? Did the whole Zen, and it's a beautiful thing. And then he's just but I don't want to just do this my whole life. I want to go do other stuff. So we stopped. What he wanted. Made iPhones that we have. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's
kind of like you're never.
There's no landing ever.
No
you
landing,
think there will be a landing?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's comments in here that are loving
Sure.
our conversation about homesteading and free energy and all kinds of things like that, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And then there's also a comment about how the thing that is most liked is just fucking around, taking nothing seriously and playing a lot. So being as children, 100% off grid, all kinds of stuff like that. So that is the frequency. Remember you were talking about being like constituted, like the body becomes in a way constituted as something that was never lost. The childlike innocent play and freedom.
Yeah, just covered up or suppressed, maybe.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
So it's like activating that constitutionally, and like that's where the flow of the body goes, and it just roars. Like actually a good amount of the okay, we're gonna end in about 15 minutes to give you a little bit of time to prepare. So
perfect.
So one thing that's been covered up or repressed a lot has been sort of the masculine roar.
Dude, yes.
And then that roar for New Earth.
Yes.
That is what is being discussed.
You feel that?
That kind of roar for New Earth. That kind of roar for New Earth.
Hell yeah.
The end.
It's energy, man, to make change and to move.
Suppressing that. Because that's been super suppressed.
It has.
You can't. It's
especially
almost like
in the West.
It's like you can't be yourself. It's like someone's basically playing a drum, or like the culture is kind of playing a drum of suppress your masculine roar, suppress your masculine roar, suppress your masculine roar. Don't build new earth. Don't build new earth. Suppress that masculine roar. Don't build new earth. Be a selfish fuck. Be a selfish fuck. Be a selfish fuck. Be a selfish fuck. Repress your masculine. Don't build new earth. That's basically what's happening.
Is that how you want to live your life?
That's basically one thing that's happening. Yeah. The wood drum, baby. The wood drum, baby. Yeah.
Can I try it?
Yeah, of course. Come on over.
Oh, shit. I watched your video probably 5 times in a row.
The wood drum, baby. You might want to put it on this, because then you don't have to hold it, and then it can vibrate better. Yeah.
You got a good tempo there. I like that.
Yeah, because I've done it enough times. Yeah. Find it and beat it. Say whatever you want. Freestyle the flow. Let it all go. Say whatever you want.
Walls. There's walls. Everywhere there's fucking walls.
Walls. Let them fall. Build new earth. Yeah. Walls.
Let them fall.
Let them fall. Build new earth. Walls. Let them fall. Build new earth.
You hear that, baby? Walls. Let them fall. Build new earth. Yeah. Shit, I'm losing the tempo. That's
Pick it up a little. Walls. Let them fall. Build new earth. Walls. Let them fall. Build new earth.
Here, take it over, brother.
Okay.
Here you go. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling something.
Walls, let them fall, build new earth. Walls, let them fall, build new earth.
Hey, yeah.
Walls, let them fall, build new earth. Hey, yeah.
Walls, let them fall, build new earth.
Build new earth.
New.
Walls, let them fall,
build new earth. Gotta freaking let
Walls,
this masculinity out, man. It's so suppressed. There's
go.
Things that can help.
Let's go.
Heilung is one of my favorite. Have you heard that band? It's a Norwegian band. It's actually a German band, but they kind of sing Norwegian style music. And the whole thing of it is just they try to recreate the music that was around when humanity first kind of began, like the Stone Age. And they use bones and like metal.
Dope.
And the energy that comes out of it is just insane. It's this ancient.
Yeah.
The masculine and the feminine are just so extreme.
Yeah. Like
the feminine, because like the freaking feminine, man, it's not like, it's not what you think of it nowadays. Like the Viking women, goddamn. I just think of having like a mother, you know, who teaches you your morning routine of
kind of in a way like this is fascinating.
It's happening. It's going down deeper. I feel it going down in my abdomen.
And if you have mastery or
so
balance
cool. I
of
love that
energy
shit.
of both of that,
Yeah,
you're
dude.
unstoppable. It's game over.
I
If
want
you
to
have
learn. Do you know how?
energetic mastery of both those things. I mean, we talked about it a bit before we started. Also, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
breaking out of every single box imaginable to identify the thing that's de-identified. You know, it's when you stop
Yeah.
identifying as the box of, oh,
I know what you
in a
mean by
male-
that.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you re-identify, but from a balanced place of being disidentified and identified and being boxless and yet being whatever body this is. So
And you don't have to even, when it re-identifies, no one's there to re-identify that. That's the
claim it.
magic.
Right.
So whatever it is, it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You can't talk about it now.
Right. Yeah.
Straight face. Don't smile. Instant loss. I'm just like, this thought came up like, I'm live on air. It's like, silly. There's no one. There's no live. It's actually all live. It's just live always. Everything. Much love. Thanks for watching Atlas's thing, and thank you, Alice, so
Yeah.
freaking much.
Thanks for coming on.
It's so wonderful to meet you in person. I gotta say, it's
same.
an honor, and your initiative in this new earth. I'm a soldier. I don't know what you call
Beautiful,
your,
yeah.
I mean, I don't wanna shoot anybody,
like
but,
like a
like-
warrior or a lion or whatever it is, or like just being constituted as New Earth, which it's weird because it's almost like it's
be the
home.
New Earth, man.
It's home itself inside, and it's already there, and it's just kind of like like
Yeah.
we talked about, just gunkiness, and then like there we go. What was there always? The child, the innocent, the playful, the free, the abundant. Let's go. Just die on that sword. There's nothing else to do.
Let the child die. I'm serious.
the one that thinks that it can get something for itself. Let that one die. Let that one die, because it can't. It can never get what it wants from objectification and all kinds of shit. It will never get it from that. The separate one.
Take
will
our
never
word
get
for it. Yeah.
We suffered for
It
years.
feels like, it
apparently.
feels like AA meetings sometimes. Like,
Right,
tell me
right.
your
Yeah,
story.
Yeah, it is like an AA
Oh
meeting.
shit!
Yeah,
You did that?
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
tell you mine. Oh no! You can laugh about it now, but you know, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's not perfect, but it's perfect. It's
It
also
is.
perfect.
Yes.
God damn it!
I love it. There's comments in here about how
This is all Highly Young does. They have like they like audition, and you make videos of just doing this, like just like trying to summon like the Earth's energy outwards.
yeah.
All these fucking roads and stuff. It just wants to. I don't know. I don't know what the Earth wants. You ask it.
So so beautiful. I mean, the convo is amazing, bro. We went all over the place beautifully. We started the episode with our new company called Wholeness. Episode is sponsored by Wholeness.
The wholeness
So
is the first step.
Yeah. You'll find our episode sponsor Wholeness, a wide range of butt plugs and butt accessories. which is part of the
Yeah.
part of the liberation movement of New Earth.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're mesh networked as well. And that's part of the wholeness concept. You know, it's a big part of the technology.
Let's go.
Yep.
And then we got here, we had a nice dive into all the New Earth stuff with solar punk and all that stuff. And then we have, of course, Casey's channel. You can go check it out. Go subscribe. Go watch some content. It's fun stuff. And we'll have some links in the bio to check that out. And there's links in the bio for Home DAO also if you want to get homesteading and building. And I mean, that's it. I mean, you gotta get going because of that. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We love you so much. What a fucking fun episode.
Love you.
Join
We
us.
love
Join
you.
us. Join us.
Join us.
Let's
New
go.
Earth.
New Earth. Let's
Earth.
fucking
Dude, I just want
go.
to summon. I want to spend like an entire day like just summoning this energy.
Yes,
and then
yes.
we'll do like a podcast like when we're just so freaking just to demonstrate like here's what's possible.
I love that idea actually. Yeah, I love that.
And that's what highlighting is. A lot of them
by
like
the way,
dedicate
we
their
flowed
whole life
into
to that
this.
shit.
We flowed into this so beautifully and magically and unspeakably. So you know, we
I agree.
by the way, we had so
I
many
think
great
so.
flow sessions during that with like musically and stuff. So dude, coming like even more like kind of like prepared into it and then just like going into the flow of it and just seeing where that goes and unleashes. We got some lovely comments about Go Atlas and Case. Much love. Thank you so much, fam. We love you. Thank you for tuning in.
Much love. Woo!
Okay. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Mwah.
So much fun.